Hi everyone, welcome to the Bailiwick Academy, where we create life-changing online classes that empowers people like you to be the best version of yourself, helps you gain confidence, and turn that passion to profit. Now, before we start, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell icon so you'll be notified of our future videos. All right? So I'm Grace Parazo, owner and founder of the Bailiwick Academy, and I'm sure all of you are excited in today's video podcast. Welcome po sa lahat ng mga nanonood ngayon. Our special guest for today is a highly distinguished pastry chef and baking consultant here in Manila, Philippines. And I'm so happy and proud that he is one of our instructors here at the Bailiwick Academy. Now, let's just wait for Chef Joey as he connect to our stream. Okay. Let me check on the comments. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Dens. Hi, Sen. Hi, Tins, Marilu, Irene, and Girly. Hi everyone. Welcome po sa inyo sa mga nanonood po sa amin today or tonight. Yan. So while we're waiting for Chef Joey to be here on our stream, I'll just give you a brief background of how I met Chef Joey Prats. Okay, so don't worry, short lang to. Okay, so it was 2017 when I purchased Chef Joey's ebooks, and then hi Grace, hi, good evening. Ayan. So it was 2017 when I purchased Chef Joey Prats ebooks, and then nagawa ko na yung iba, pero hindi pa ako satisfied kasi gusto ko talaga makita si Chef Joey Prats. Parang kasi I look up to him talaga. So I have to attend his online his classes sa Paranaque. So I decided to enroll myself last April 2017. So I enrolled myself in his class doon sa Paranaque, and then yon my class, the class that I attended with him is Artisan Ensaimada. Yan. Nandito na si Chef Joey. Wait lang. Ayan. Hi, Chef. Ayan. So, yon. I'll just acknowledge the presence of Chef Joey, okay? Because he's already here right now. So, let's all welcome Chef Joey Prats. Yan.
Hi, everyone. Kamusta
Hi,
na
Chef.
ba ang mga Bailiwickers today?
Ayan. Good evening po, Chef. Good evening.
Good evening.
Kamusta po?
Eto, busy. Recovering from my arthritis. Hirap ng tumatanda, no, Grace?
Oo nga po. Buti okay na po kayo ngayon, Chef.
Medyo. Hindi na masyadong masakit.
Hindi na. Ayan.
Hindi na.
So mga nang-aantay ng mga online class ni Chef Joey, yan, magagawa na rin.
I know, alam mo, we have filmed already the pasta, the pizza, and yung bake shop specialties. Naka-set aside lang lahat yung videos because naipit sa akin yung mga recipes. I have to, type them up and send them to you.
Yun nga. So, for those who are waiting, di bale, malapit na. Malapit na talaga, guys. So, totoo na to.
Promise na to, by next week meron na.
Oo, totoo na to. So, Chef, kanina kwento ko sa kanila on how I met you kanina. So, while we're waiting for you, kasi wala pang nakakaalam nito. So, ngayon ko lang siya ikakwento actually.
Sige, Grace, go.
On how I met Chef Joey Prats. So, ayun nga. So, 2017, I purchased Chef Joey's ebooks. Tapos nun, I want to see him live in person. So, I decided to enroll myself sa Artisan Ensaimada class niya. So, April 2017 yun. So, by around that time, yun na rin yung time na in progress pa yung The Bailiwick Academy. Kine-create pa lang yung platform. Pero naglakas loob ako sa kanya na invite siya. So kahit na in progress pa siya, I invited him to join, to be one of our instructors sa Bailiwick Academy. Pero, ayun, alam mo yung nangyari, I was turned down. Ayun, syempre, sino ba naman ako, diba? So,
Parang dalawang beses yata kitang tinurn down noon, Grace.
oo, yun nga. So, yun. So, I was turned down. Pero, ano, yun, sobrang lungkot ko noon. Parang wala nang mangyayari. Ano ba yan? Ayoko na. Parang gano'n. Pero, ano, syempre, hindi pwedeng give up, di ba? So, yun. So, twice nga akong, na-turn down ni Chef. So, after several follow-ups, mga 8 months din, Chef, nung, nag-follow up ulit ako sa'yo.
Yes,
Tapos,
yes. Medyo
nun,
matagal yun. Medyo
oo,
matagal.
oo, yun. So, mga after 8 months pa, so, nag-follow up ako. That's where you showed interest, mga January 2018 na yun.
Kasi
Tapos,
naman ang kulit-kulit mo.
yun nga.
Every time we had a board meeting, I would tell my board of
Oo.
directors, there's a certain Miss Grace Parasos, a student of mine, and she put up this Bailiwick Academy. And she's offering us na maging platform siya for our classes. Because at the time, we were thinking already of putting our own website because we really wanted to transition to online classes. The reason being, if you've been to my place, you've seen it's my home. So it's a very small place. We only accommodate 12 students. So we said the business cannot grow if we only had such a small audience. So let's go online. But then when you came along, you are a godsend. You are a blessing. Sabi ng board of directors namin, better if it's our own website. Because aside from, syempre, it's a business. Aside from the fact na we have our own audience, the business side, it's better because, syempre, we get 100% of the income.
Yes.
But I've always been defending you because I said, look, if we put up our own website, we have to get somebody to maintain that. We have to have somebody to do the content and everything. At least a Bailiwick Academy, they would do everything for us. You just upload. What you will spend, spend for yung hatian natin sa Bailiwick, then that's what we will spend for the website when we build it.
Yes.
Finally, after making kulit, I think 6 or 7 times, sabi nila, okay, we'll give it a try, sabi nila. But we will only do one class, yung artisan and saymada. And then I said yes to you, and the rest is history.
Yes.
We have now 19 classes, and by next week we will have 20. And as I told you, we are releasing 2 classes per month, no?
Yes, that's correct. Tapos nang alam nyo ba na meron ng naka-line up si Chef Joey for the next 2 years, di ba? So grabe,
Yes.
ang dami.
Thanks to the pandemic na sabi namin, okay, this is sabi nga natin blessing. Look at it as a good thing. If we cannot have our live classes again for the next year or so, let's just push through with the Bailiwick Academy, give our students the best classes, and let's come up with a lineup for the next 2 years. That's why every time may nag-PPM, nililista ko yan. Kung sinabing, Chef, ganitong klase gusto ko. O sige, nililista natin, and then we start developing recipes. And ang hindi alam ng mga students, how difficult it is to develop a class from start to finish.
Yes.
Because we just don't care. Kami mga chefs, and I'm sure I speak to, I speak in behalf of all the chefs, na hindi kami dadabot lang from a cookbook or from the internet. We have to develop our own because, hindi ka pwedeng ano tawag doon, yung mag-infringe
Tama.
sa mga recipes ng iba, and it's unethical. So we test and test and test and have people come in and do a panel judging, and when everybody says this is the best already, then we start filming. And filming is another deadly thing.
Yeah.
Nakikita mo yan, we film for what, 12, 16 hours diretso. Because my art director, si Norms, nakilala mo din naman, napaka-perfectionist. And sometimes, you see me smiling on camera this way when he says cut. I tell him, you bilisan mo because I'm so sleepy already.
Opo.
But when he sends the finished product, the finished video, I say it was so much worth the effort, the puyat and all, because
Mhm.
when the students message me and say, Chef, napaka instructional talaga, the step by step is there, and we are
Yes.
learning so much. I'm very very happy to hear that.
Opo. So, yun yung hindi alam ng mga students natin kung gaano kahirap yung mag-shoot talaga.
Mahirap.
Oo, mahirap na mag-develop ng recipe, mahirap pang mag-shoot para lang so para ginagawa natin 'yan lahat para lang ma-deliver natin ng maayos, maganda yung mga classes natin para sa mga
Yes,
students. So inaayos namin lahat 'yan para lahat step by step nandun na. So susunod na lang
exactly.
kayo, sundin niyo na lang, 'di ba? 'Yun.
Exactly.
Yun, sobrang hirap nga nun, Chef. Pero thank you so much, Chef, sa pagpayag mo sa amin, sa sa pag-join sa The Bailiwick Academy.
Walang ano, no regrets. It was a
Oo,
very good decision for all of us.
opo. Yan, maraming salamat. Salamat naman po at nagustuhan niyo yung ano, yung service namin. Yan. At
Very you
sobrang
are
dami.
ano, you are very professional to deal with. The students are very engaging. The community of the Bailiwick Academy is one wherein everybody treats each other like family.
Mhm.
There,
Yes.
there's no I haven't seen anyone quarreling or anyone disagreeing publicly or anyone nagsisira with each other. It's
Yes.
very family like, and I think because you being the mom of the community, you have such a you lead by example, and that's nice.
Mm. Yeah. Thank you so much po. Thank you. Thank you rin sa mga students namin na patuloy na nag-enroll sa mga classes namin. So parang every release namin, enroll pa rin kayo ng enroll. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. So, Chef, alam mo naman yung mga viewers natin, mga aspiring bakers tong mga to, no? So, parang lahat kami, ina-idolize ka. Pero paano nga ba nagsimula si Chef Joey Prats? So, kwento mo naman, Chef, kung paano
Uh,
ang simula.
when I remember, this is where it gets personal. When
Mm.
I was growing up, elementary days ko, ang dream ko is to be a Hollywood star
Wow.
because I love movies. I love the glitzy glamour of Hollywood. I said,
Mm.
when I grow up, I will be a Hollywood star. And my
Mm.
mom and dad never did, they never discouraged me. They always said, you do whatever you want with your life, we will support you. But I grew up in a family na napaka-protective. And it is
Mm.
so strange because I'm the eldest of five boys. And so I'm
Mm.
I'm the one who got hatid sundo by my dad all the way up to college. Never nila akong pinakommute or never nila akong let go on my own. So I could not even attend parties of my classmates and all of that.
Mhm.
At that time, we owned a hotel in Baguio, the Attic Inn. I think it's still there. It's still standing.
Mhm.
And being protective by my parents, wala akong choice. Hindi ako makalabas ng bahay. Nandun ako natenga ako sa kusina because that's where the good food is. My mom is a
Yeah.
terrific, chef as well. And she taught me. She said, "Iho, you have to learn how to cook
Mhm.
because you love to eat. And one day I will no longer be around. You have to
Mhm.
know how to cook." And I said, "Oh, sige, but I think I like to bake because I love sweets." So
Mhm.
I started baking when 12 years old. Trinena niya ako mag-bake. Very basic.
Mhm.
As I was growing up and I went through elementary then high school, I loved baking more and more every day. Naging passion. And when you say passion, something na pagising mo, yun ang iniisip mo. Matutulog ka na lang, yun pa rin ang iniisip mo. So I knew my calling was really baking and not being a Hollywood star.
Okay.
So I had to say goodbye to my dream of meeting, at that time, my
Mhm.
Hollywood heroes. And I said, I will bake. Now, come 1989, I was my fourth year college. And maliit ang Baguio. I grew up in Baguio, by the way.
Mhm.
Maliit ang Baguio. Ang naging tambayan ko yung Hyatt Terraces Hotel.
Wow.
And wala akong matambayan na social
Oo.
doon eh. It's like Burnham Park and the horses at Ride Park.
Mm.
Nakilala ko yung mga GM and yung mga F&B manager, and I would bring them my pastries every week, and they
Mm.
loved them. They loved them. At that time, I considered myself as a home baker. My
Mhm.
recipes were all in cups and tablespoons. I did not even know how to weigh because I did not have any
Mhm.
formal schooling back then.
Mhm.
So they said, okay. One day the GM came to me. He said, our pastry chef who is Swiss, he is leaving. I need a pastry chef. We cannot find anyone. Can you take over the pastry kitchen? And at that
Mm.
time, I was I think 19 or 20 years old. I said, let me think it over. And back in 1989, you would not believe the salary for a pastry chef was something like 10,000.
Wow,
That's
grabe.
but
Oo.
that was way back in 1989, and that was
Oo.
Baguio City, so provincial. So
Mm.
that was big na
Pwede
at that
na.
time.
Oo, yes.
Pwede na yan, malaki na yon, ano?
Malaki.
Eh, and hindi pa ako nag-graduate noon from college. I was having my
Mm.
OJT. So my dad says, you go and you get that job because imagine mo, hindi ka pa nag-graduate, meron nang kumukuha sa'yo. And when they declare you as a pastry chef, that's something that you keep already. No one can
Mm.
take that away.
Mhm.
So I accepted the job, and I remember this is something I always tell my students when they ask me about my first experience. It was such a rush hiring. I was not introduced formally to the employees.
To the team.
I was hired on a Saturday afternoon. I reported the following Monday at
Mm.
7 a.m. I was in the kitchens of the Hyatt, and no one knew who I was. Siguro
Mhm.
yung mga nakakita sabi, sino ba itong mistisong ito na ang payat-payat? Noon payat pa. Ang
Oo.
payat-payat na biglang dumating dito sa kusina namin and then started to boss us around.
Mm.
And there was this girl, isa dun sa mga pastry assistant, sabi niya, ikaw ba yung bago? Hindi niya alam ako yung chef nila. Ikaw ba yung bago? Sabi niya, okay, meron tayong bankete, may banquet. 400 cream puffs at saka 400 eclairs. Hindi nagawa kahapon. Kailangan rush. Gawin mo ngayon. 4
Grabe.
p.m.
Oo.
4 p.m. Kailangan tapos mo yung 800 pastries.
Wow,
So,
ikaw lang yun, chef?
but I had one or two assistants, but still that's
Mm.
800 pastries which
Yes.
I had to finish in about 8 hours.
Mm.
And sabi ko, gusto kong buhusan ng melted chocolate yung girl for being so disrespectful. But I said, okay, I will keep my calm first. And I will do the 800 pastries. After I finished it, I think 2:30 tapos na yon. And
Mm.
then sabi niya, oh, tapos mo na pala. Sabi niya, galing ka pala ha? Sabi niya, anong pangalan mo? And I said, I'm Joey Prats. I'm your new pastry chef. My God, namutla siya para siyang nakakita ng ghost. And then I said, alam mo, I remember her name. It's Felisa. I said, Felisa, the next time when somebody comes in your kitchen, you should not be disrespectful because you never know who they are until you get to know them. So the next time, sabi ko, you do that to me or anyone else, I will have your head on a silver platter. And after that,
Oh,
every morning that I would come in, he would have my coffee ready for me. She would have my
snacks.
coffee. But that was, I think, December of 1989.
Mm.
And then the following year, July, the great earthquake came. Remember
Mm.
the
Yes.
1990 earthquake? But
Opo.
I was no longer there because nahirapan ako to work with such old people. I was 20 years old. And
Mm.
hindi nila ako masyadong how do you call that, na-accept or natanggap because
Mm.
may mga, alam mo naman,
You're too
companies, may mga
young.
intriga, ganyan, bata ka
Mm.
masyado, you will boss around. So I said, you know what, to the GM, I said, I think I should just pre-terminate my contract and resign
Mm.
because I cannot work this way. So he
Mhm.
said yes. And it was such a blessing because you know what happened to the Hyatt, di ba? Nagbagsak
Opo.
siya.
Mm.
Bagsak. So
Buti
sabi nga
nga.
naman, sabi ng mom ko, meron ka pa gagawin sa buhay mo, hindi pa tapos yan. So you have
Mm.
to accept that, and then you move. So that's how I started. And
Oh.
naglindol, everything was in chaos. We had to be airlifted to Manila, my family.
Mm-mm.
When we got here, I tried to apply in the different hotels, but
Mm-mm.
no one wanted to accept me because I did not have a diploma in culinary or baking.
Mm-mm.
My ang degree ko is business administration from St. Louis University in Baguio.
Oh. Mm-mm. Yun po talaga yung course niya, chef.
Yun ang course ko, business
Oo.
administration. I majored in marketing.
Mhm.
So, sabi ko, paano to? Walang mag-accept sa akin na chef kasi wala akong
Mm-mm.
culinary background. Everybody wants a diploma. So,
Mm-mm.
my dad said, you go to the States. You have relatives in New York. You go there, you take a course. So, I took a 3-month course. And true enough, when I came back, when I sent my applications, marami nang nag-entertain.
Mhm.
But my first job, I remember my first job, you would not believe this, was with ABS-CBN.
Wow, okay.
It's a
Ano po?
morning show ni Corina Sanchez, ni Miss Corina
Mhm.
Sanchez. Mas magandang umaga po. And I stayed with them for a year, and I was doing the demo, the baking
Mhm.
demos for
Mm.
Magnolia, San Miguel Corporation.
Hmm,
But
okey.
I got so tired kasi sabi ko, buti na lang hindi talaga ako nag-artista. Ayoko talaga ng showbiz because they call you at 7 a.m. but you start working in the
Mm.
afternoon or the evening. Kasi ko,
Oo.
I cannot do this. You're locked up in a bodega all day and
Mm.
you're shooting 5 episodes, and then after that, wala. Walang growth.
Opo.
So I said, no more showbiz, no more. And then the following year,
Mhm.
our family friend, si Miss Gina Alahar, who's also a showbiz family, she, I think, accepted a co-hosting job with the late Herman Moreno
Mhm.
for a show called Negociete. So she said, join us and, do the baking classes. And
Mhm.
eto na naman ang stage mother ko who says, you accept the job. I said, no, I want to work in a hotel.
Oh.
So I'm already 23 or 24 years old. I'm growing older. I want to get into the hotel scene, and says, no, you do this first, Iho, because this is, a lot of people will know you and such a good platform. So I accepted 1 year of
Mhm.
negotiate. And after that, I said, enough is enough. I will work in corporate because that's where I want to be. So those were my first two jobs. And then I got into teaching. First at
Oh. Mm.
CCA Manila for 4 years. And then I transferred to De La Salle College of St. Pinil
Mhm.
for another, I think, 5 years. Then I got my heart attack
Hmm.
in 2005.
Opo. Mm.
So when I had my heart attack, that was really, I think some of our students might be able to relate. Now, when bad things happen to us, tayo, we always think, bakit, di ba? Why is this
Opo.
happening to us?
Mm.
They cannot see, or we cannot see the purpose of these events in our lives. And
Hmm.
I remember I was so angry because after I got my heart attack, my employers terminated my employment because they said I'm a liability to the company.
Hmm.
They terminated my employment, so I said, you know what? I will look at this as a good thing. I lost my job. The same year, my father got diagnosed with cancer. And then my brother, younger brother, died of aneurysm. And then my
Hmm.
partner of 10 years left because he decided he was overwhelmed and he could not handle it. And
Okay.
then I
Mm.
questioned everything. I said, why is this happening to me? But the lesson that I learned is, and I'm going to share this with everyone right now, is things, when you see the things in your life, parang start to crumble down, they're actually
Mhm.
falling into place. They're actually
Tama.
falling. It's
Mm.
God's way of telling us that's not where you belong. I will create circumstances in your life to remove you from that place where you are because you this is where I want you to be.
Mhm.
And so,
Um,
sabi nga nila, you go with the flow. And I went with the flow. And after a decade, which is a decade or few years after, this is where I am now. I'm able to help a lot of our students and people transforming their lives through
mhm.
recipes.
Right.
Diba?
Opo. So, grabe po pala yung nangyari sa inyo, Chef. Parang lahat na nagkasabay-sabay nung bandang huli. Tapos, buti na lang na-overcome nyo po yung struggle na yon.
I don't know
Um,
if overcome is the
mm,
word that I would choose to use because I think
mm,
pag nandun ka na sa sitwasyon na yon, you lost your
mm,
job, you lost your dad. My dad died a few years later. And then you lose
mm,
your brother the same year, and then you lose your partner, and then everything just comes down.
mm,
Hindi ka ano eh, you don't understand what's going on.
mm, yeah.
So for you, you just
Mm,
go day by day, you go with the flow, you
mm,
just pray. That's all you can do, you pray. Pero with the
mm.
prayers, kailangan may action din, di ba? We have to
Tama,
do
yes.
something. Kasi
Mm,
hindi mahuhulog ang milagro galing from the sky.
mm,
You have,
yes.
sabi nga
Mm,
ng mom ko, my mom is good with these mga words. Eh. Sabi niya,
mm,
nasa Diyos ang awa, pero nasa tao ang gawa.
mm.
I remember
Tama.
that.
Yes. So I can totally relate po sa inyo, Chef, no? Kasi when we started the Bailiwick Academy, syempre, ang dami ninyong in-invite ko ng mga instructors. So, syempre, tapos konti lang yung pumayag. Tapos, that time, puro palabas yung pera namin lahat, palabas. So, parang wala nang nangyayari. Ano ba naman to? Walang nangyayari. Wala pumapayag. Sabi ko ganun. Tapos yung iba, nakausap ko. Tapos, parang hindi pa nila gusto yung site namin, inokray-okray pa ako, yung mga ganun bang mga bagay. So parang baliwala na sa akin yun ngayon kasi so I let go nga kung ano yung mga nangyari noon before. So tapos nang ginawa ko lang kung ano yung mga dapat kong gawin and yung mga full of positivity lang na mga iniisip ko, positive vibes ba, yung mga ganyan. And then everything fell into place na talaga na after nung pumayag nung isa, sunod-sunod na. Tapos hanggang sa ngayon na madami na tayong natutulungan, Chef, na mga students natin. So parang yun nga po, tama po kayo na pray lang talaga. Tiwala sa sarili na makakaya mo rin. Makakaya mo yan na lahat ng mga bagay na gusto mong maabot sa buhay, di ba?
That's all we can do eh. Pero
Oo.
when you nag-start na tayo and then naging successful yung mga business natin, we are now in a position to help others to be successful as well, di ba? And
Yes.
nakikita naman natin yan dun sa ating group page, dun sa ating student lounge na nag-share yung mga students na sila din kumikita na and then they're able to live their lives. It's such a wonderful feeling.
Opo. Nakakatuwa nga po na ang dami nilang nagagawa. So parang isang enroll lang nila sa atin. Tapos when they started selling na, more than pa doon sa in-enroll nila yung kita nila, di ba? So
Exactly.
nakakatuwa. Nakakatuwa na sinishare nila yon sa atin. So it's
Yeah, and
a
I'm so
great
happy
feeling.
also with Grace with our roster of chefs kasi naging friends ko ang lahat ng mga chefs na yan, magmula si Chef Bam, si Chef Arvi, si Chef Alan, si Chef Chona, si Chef Jimbo. Everybody, lahat ng chefs mo dyan sa Bailiwick Academy, they are not only nice but they are very humble, they are very helpful to the students at makikita mo na sa kanila when they offer their online classes. Hindi lang yan negosyo, magkakakitaan. To them, it's something na they love to do, they love to help. Kaya din yung mga students, they are so much motivated to enroll in more of the classes.
Yes. That's right, Chef. So, hindi alam to ng lahat, no? Pero when I started the Bailiwick Academy, kasi yung mga selections ko ng mga chef, it's carefully selected by me. Parang ganun. So, parang lahat kayo po, na-attendan ko na ng classes. So, yung kaya alam ko kung sino yung mga magagaling, marunong talaga magturo, masarap yung output. So, yun. So, sinelect ko talaga sila. Tapos, pinursu ko talaga yung sarili ko na makuha sila. So, and I'm thankful naman na pumayag po kayong lahat. Yun. So,
Well,
may mga...
in my case, wala akong choice kasi sa sobrang kakulitan mo, sabi ko, alam mo, mag-yes na nga ako para tumigil na si Grace sa katatawag, sa kapupunta dito. And it was sabi ko nga sa'yo kanina, it was the right decision because yung gusto namin na makatulong sa mga students to transform their lives. Nakita ko ngayon na instead of doing 12 students at one time, we're able to do that by the thousands.
Yes, that's correct. And so we were able to expand your reach din po sa mga instructors. So para rin na kayo po, nandyan lang po kayo sa location ninyo ngayon to cater the students. Pero yung ibang instructors, pumupunta pa talaga sa iba't ibang lugar, di ba? Mga provinces, nagtatravel pa talaga sila para lang makapag-workshop, makapagturo. So, with the Bailiwick Academy, we're also helping the instructors to maximize the reach ng mga students nila. Kasi hindi lang doon sa location nila yung abot ng classes, kundi worldwide. Diba?
Exactly. In fact, ang dami nating students from Canada.
Opo. Canada and US. Nakakagulat nga ang dami nila.
Napansin ko nga yan yung ating mga Canadian friends like sila Astra, sila Kids and all of them. There's so much engaging and wonderful people.
Opo. Tsaka mga mababait yung mga estudyante natin.
There's so far there's no bad apple in the bunch, sabi nga nila.
Oo. Wala pa naman so far. Ewan ko kung natatakot na sila ma-kick out or what, no? Pero wala talaga.
Nakakatuwa sila because, they would PM me and buti na nga lang ngayon sa Messenger, di ba? Meron yung voice clip.
Opo.
Kasi talaga sa totoo lang, nahirapan ako mag-type. I get, on an average, I would get more than 200 messages a day. Yan yung average. Pero there are sometimes na mahigit pa dyan. Alam mo naman yan eh.
Opo.
And I make it a point when I wake up, I'm so thankful that my time is my own now.
Yes.
When I wake up, I spend the next 2 or 3 hours just sipping my tea and answering the messages. And nakakatuwa din sila dahil na-appreciate nila yan talaga. They appreciate you're answering back to them.
Opo. And they also appreciate yung mga instructors natin na tinutulungan talaga sila all the way, di ba? Hindi yung pagka-bili nila, pagka-enroll, yun na. It doesn't stop there. So, yung support natin, all out tayo dyan sa mga estudyante natin.
Kasi, di ba, pag hindi, I'll speak for myself lang. Pag hindi ko ginawa yan, parang I go out of my way to make sure na matuto sila, then, on the business side, it reflects back na they won't enroll in my classes anymore. Because they would feel shortchanged, they would feel na parang pinagkakitaan lang namin sila and nawala na kami. Diba? But on a more personal note naman, I would consider myself as a failure if my students did not learn anything sa class.
Tama. So, kaya naman, so mga students namin, they all know na all of our instructors, especially Chef Joey, answers yung lahat ng questions. So, dun sa mga classes niya. So, very approachable yan si Chef Joey, mabait, sobra. Huwag kayong matakot man. Mukhang stricto at first, pero pag hindi ka talaga sumunod, pero make sure na sumunod ka sa mga instructions. Yun. Para hindi naman sayang yung time natin, di ba?
Ang message ko lang for our students, instead of messaging me dun sa school page, dun na lang sa personal account ko kasi sa school page, hindi ako makapag-voice message eh.
Opo.
Dun na lang sa personal account ko para I can answer them right away. Kahit alas-3 ng madaling araw, magsasagot ako because I sleep at 5 or 6 a.m. That's my sleeping time.
Yes.
And then I wake up before lunchtime. Baliktad yung baliktad yung aking body clock eh.
Oo. Kaya perfect yung time zone mo, Chef, nasa ibang bansa. So perfect yung time mo sa mga US, Canada.
Actually, yes. Ayan si si Chef Alan. Hello daw sa ating dalawa.
Oo. Hi, Chef Alan.
Ay,
Yan
ang
natin mga
sarap-sarap ng ano, ang sarap-sarap nung siopaw at siomai at kung ano-ano pa ni Chef Alan. I ordered from him.
Kita ko nga yun, Chef, ang dami.
Kasi fini-freezer ko na lang and then every time I want
Oo.
siopaw, I'll just steam.
Opo. Anytime
Masarap
pwede,
siya.
no? Mm.
What talaga yun si Alan, so far masasabi ko, I haven't met a lot of dim sum chefs. Pero itong si Chef Alan talagang the best
Mm.
yan pagdating sa ganyang mga recipes.
Nuts, yes. Oh, walang steer yun, guys, ha. Kasi ako, kapag nag-shoot kami, natitikman ko talaga yung output ng mga classes namin. Kaya, for sure talaga na masarap. Masarap talaga yung, tinuturo ng mga
Yes, and
instructors.
affordable. You know, he makes yung mga products niya
Mm.
abot kaya for everybody.
Yes.
And masarap and then hindi mahal, so you're able to enjoy it. And he's so easy to
Mm.
talk to, so easy to communicate with.
Opo. Yes, laging sumasagot rin yan si Chef Alan.
Kanya-kanya naman yata na mga
Oo.
specialization. Si Chef Chona, makikita mo
Mm.
recently, walang ginawa kung hindi magluto, mag-bake. Sabi ko nga, natutulog pa ba tong girl na to? And she's such a
Oo.
mom. Parang ikaw yan eh.
Oo.
Parang mommy yan eh, na, you know, she cares about her students so much.
Mm.
Si Chef Jimbo, natutuwa din ako because I watch him doing his live demo and napakagaling na sense of humor din yung taong yan, di ba?
Opo. Yan yung mga makikita nila sa online class ni Chef Jimbo. Ang daming hugot na chef.
Ay, totoo yan. And si Chef RB, who's been a
Oo.
good friend of mine for all these years, such a very humble and young bright
Mm.
man. I love everything that he does. And naalala ko, I did not want to come up with a bibingka class because
Opo.
you know,
Mm.
I tasted his bibingka, sobrang sarap din his bibingka. And but the student said, ayaw magturo yata ni Chef RB kasi trade
Mm.
secret yun eh. I mean, he sells
Opo.
the product eh. So it was a long process for me. Sabi ko, pag-isipan ko muna because I did not want him to think naman na, you know, I was
Mm.
capitalizing on his
Mm.
product. But
Opo.
after I got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages, sabi ko, oh, sige, I'll make my own version na lang. And
Mm.
it was a hit. Our bibingka class is a hit.
Opo. Ang dami nga pong natuwa doon sa bibingka class. Especially yung mga OFW natin kasi miss na nila yung mga Pinoy na kakanin. Kaya tuwan-tuwa sila na i-offer sa mga kababayan natin dyan sa ibang
Kaya
bansa.
nga eh.
Opo. So,
Exactly.
Chef, lahat naman po tayo na merong inspiration to keep us moving. So, can you share to us kung sino po yung greatest inspiration po ninyo?
Alam mo, ironically, my greatest inspiration or inspirations are not in the culinary world.
Oh, okay.
To be
Sino po yan?
First, my mom.
Mhm.
My mom who, since I was a child, has nurtured my talent. Lahat ng gusto kong gawin sa buhay ko, sinusuportahan. And of course, my dad, nandiyan na rin yan, ano? I would say fictional characters would also inspire me because I get a lot of lessons from. I am a movie buff, by the way. I love movies. I watch Netflix like 8 hours a day. I think I watch more than I bake. So I get a lot of inspiration from them. And now, recently, of course, from my partner, si Frank, who inspires me a lot because he's also very passionate about his work. Being a fashion designer, I see how he loves his work, and I draw from that. Marami ako nakukuha aral from him also. I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. Patience is not one of my virtues, but he taught me a lot about patience and how to be more cordial to people. So yan ang mga mga inspirations ko, no? My family, number one. Pero sa mga chefs, meron din naman mga chefs who inspire me. Dominique Ansel, who created the Cronut, being one of them.
Mhm.
Mga other pastry chefs like si Martha Stewart, who is one of my more admired people, not
Mhm.
just as a not just as a chef but also as a businesswoman.
Mhm.
Napakagaling niya negosyante, di ba? Yung nga lang nakulong siya, but then again, she got out. And then you have si Antonio Bachur, who is a
Mhm.
Miami pastry chef. He was here one time. I attended his class, and he's such a good chef. I want to bring more actually of his type of products to the our audience, no, our
Mhm.
students. It's very good when it comes to croissants and Danish
Mhm.
pastries, those laminated doughs. But
Mm.
to be able to do that, mga estudyante kasi natin, Grace, kung napansin mo,
Mhm.
as much as they appreciate yung mga intricate
Mm.
recipes na medyo kailangan ng higher skill level, they
Opo.
enjoy they enjoy simple recipes, madaling
Mm.
gawin, masasarap, madaling ibenta. Because
Yes.
most of our students are those homemakers or home bakers na they want to sell the products
Opo.
also. So
Mm.
sabi ko, I will develop first the recipes in such a way na when I present maybe to how to make a croissant or how to make puff pastry, na it becomes very easy for them to make without a sheeter or a machine.
Mhm.
Kasi
Yes.
yan ang problema natin. Pagdating sa laminated dough, you need a good sheeter to make fine lamination. But it's
Oo.
possible to do them by hand also.
Mm. So yun yung mahirap doon, chef, no? Kasi kailangan nating i-adapt to sa audience natin. Yung mga hindi naman kasi lahat merong machine na gagawa
Oo,
ng ganun. So we have to think of ways on how to present it to our audience pa na para mas
exactly.
madaling maintindihan, mas madaling gawin. So
Mm,
yun. Tapos nun isi-scale down pa natin rin yung mga recipes, yung mga ganyan. 'Di ba?
exactly.
Hindi yung pang mga commercialized na products lang. Yun.
Alam mo naman ako, ayoko ng commercialized products because
Mm.
we don't want to, it's not that I don't want to, deal with those kinds of products. It's
Mm.
more like marami nang nag-o-offer niyan.
Opo.
So we want to offer something unique, original, and high-end because
Mm.
short ang life natin. You want to be able to appreciate good things and high-end things before it's too late.
Opo. Tama. So, Chef, you mentioned kanina na si Franco is one of your inspirations. So, how do you balance your time between work tsaka doon sa love life?
Well,
May advice ka ba dyan, Chef?
the nice thing about the working at home or from home is that you are together the whole time.
Mhm.
Especially now na merong mga lockdowns and restrictions, we don't leave the house. We are always here 24 hours a day. We're together. Yung
Mhm.
kanyang workshop nandun sa basement, ang kitchen ko nandito sa taas. So he goes down, I'm in the kitchen, and then we spend lunchtime together, and then in the evening we watch, we eat, we spend time with our new puppy, si Athena.
Oo nga po, ang cute ng puppy niyo.
Oo nga eh. Let me ipakita ko sa
Teacup.
mga viewers natin. Ayan.
Ayun no, ang liit-liit, ang cute. Siguro pag sa amin yan, sa amin hindi pwede yan sa amin, chef, kasi baka maapak.
Ang liit
Kawawa
niya eh,
naman.
oh.
Oo
Such a
nga
small puppy,
eh.
oh.
Grabe.
She's 3.5 months old.
3.5.
3.5
Tapos,
na siya.
ganyan na talaga yung size niya or ano,
Lalaki lang siya ng
lalaki ng
konti.
konti?
Konti lang.
Oo.
She's a teacup poodle.
Oo. So, yun na talaga. Yun na yung size niya.
Ito na siya talaga. Oh, sweetheart, you go to Daddy
Oo.
Frank first. Go to Daddy
Ayan,
Frank. There you go.
nandiyan si Daddy Frank.
Nandiyan si Daddy Frank niya. Siya yung nag-aalaga. Kasi
Yes.
I'm not a dog person. I'm not a
Oo.
dog person. But si Frank loves dogs.
Opo.
Sabi niya, I understand you're not into dogs. Sabi niya, so that's okay. I'm okay with not being able to have dogs. Naawa naman ako
Oo.
because, so we got the puppy.
You got a puppy. Ayun nga po. So, medyo nagulat nga ako, chef na parang, hello, si Chef Joey. Nagkaroon ng dog. Thank you kay Frank, ha?
Ano yan, spoiled na spoiled yan dito. Siya yung daughter namin. The
Oo.
daughter I will never have. But meron siyang 3 beds bawat room sa
Mm.
house meron siyang sariling bed niya, and then uh, yung damit niya, meron siyang wardrobe. So parang
Mm.
tao.
Opo. Para ka na
Nakakatuwa
may
siya.
anak niyan, chef.
Yun nga lang. Pero I'm learning a lot about dogs. Hindi mo sila pwedeng pakainin na kahit anong food. Okay,
Mm.
meron silang sariling food. Maraming bawal. So I'm learning.
Yan. At least meron kayong naalagaan na baby dyan sa
Yes.
inyo.
Makakadal-kadal paminsan-minsan.
Opo, yan. So, chef, merong mga nagtatanong sa akin before kung if you're related with sa Prats family na sila Camille and John. Alam
Yes.
ko nasabi mo na sa akin yan, pero kwento mo na lang sa kanila, chef.
We are. Si John and Camille are my nephews and niece respectively. Yung dad ko had 3 families. So sa first family niya, meron siyang 5 kids.
Mhm.
3 boys, 2 girls. So he and yung first wife niya got married in the States. So they got a divorce. And then bumalik siya sa Philippines, na-meet niya yung second wife niya. And then meron siyang, I think, ilan ba yun? 3 yung anak niya dun sa second wife niya. And one of the sons is the dad of John and Camille. Yung brother ko si Don D. So didn't work out also, and then he met my mom way back in 1964 or 65. So 3 families, kami 5 naman, 5 boys. So dun sa
And
second family,
you're the eldest po, chef?
I'm the eldest of 5 boys. So I'm 51. Ang youngest namin, si Chef Gabi. Chef din yun, yung youngest namin. Si Chef Gabi is 41.
Tapos he will be joining us rin, no? Sa The Bailiwick Academy.
Oo, pero if our students think na yung pasta, nag-antay na sila ng, I think, isang buwan mahigit. Yung kay Chef Gabi, parang last year pa yon, di ba?
Opo. Last year pa. Pero finally, totoo na ba to talaga, chef? Na marirelease na?
Nag-message si Norm sa akin, sabi niya, Chef, medyo madidelay yung yung editing nung pizza. Kasi siningit ko yung kay Chef Gabi. Sabi ko, okay lang, take your time sa pizza kasi hindi pa nga natin nare-release yung yung pasta. Tapos meron pa tayong yung bake shop specialty. So, relax ka lang dyan. Unahin mo yung kay Chef Gabi kasi matagal na yan, 1 year in the making.
Opo. So, totoo na talaga to, chef.
Totoo na yan. Hopefully, sabay kami na by the end of this week, ma-send na sa'yo lahat.
Oo. Yan, finally. Makikita na natin kung ano yung recipe ni Chef Gabi, di ba? Tapos matatry na rin natin for our family. Yan, kasi sobrang exciting yun.
I'm trying to get my mom kasi sabi ko, yung mom ko, unbeknownst to the Bailiwick population, sobra siyang galing na chef din, Wala siyang formal schooling. As in, wala siyang formal schooling, pero sobrang sarap ng mga food niya. As in, siya yung type na hindi nagme-measure, pero consistent every time yung kanyang mga dishes. And I was able to convince her to teach also at the Bailiwick Academy. Pero yun nga lang, di ba, nasa stage siya nakatira, naka-base. So when she comes home, I think she's getting her citizenship early next year. So when she gets that, she's able to come home na, I hope meron na tayong international travel back and forth by then at meron ng gamot itong si COVID-19. Then when she comes here, we'll film some classes and then we'll offer it also sa Bailiwick.
Ayun. So, aside kay Chef Joey, meron si Chef Gabi, tapos nasusunod yung mom niya, di ba? Si Chef Mirna, di ba?
Nako, ang sarap din naman. Alam ko si Chef RB may paella yan, pero paella pala ang pronunciation. Yung paella. Pero my mom's paella is equally as good. I remember she was serving it in our hotel in Baguio, no? And yung aming isa sa mga guests namin na I haven't met him actually, pero my mom always tells us about him. Si Carlos P. Romulo, the late Carlos P. Romulo, and he says, I've been to everywhere here in Asia. Sabi niya, been to Hong Kong and Singapore and everywhere. But sabi niya, Mirna, your paella is the best I've ever tasted. That's why I want her to teach that also.
Okay.
Para matikman ng mga Bailiwickers, because
Mm-mm.
I don't really enjoy paella that much. I'm a
Mm-mm.
burger kind of a person, burger pizza
Mm-mm.
person. Pero when she cooks it, I love it. I eat it.
Wow. Parang that's something to look forward to, no? So sana
Yes.
magawa yun in the future ni Chef Mirna. So si ma'am mo po, si Chef Mirna po yung nagturo sa inyo baking when you were
Mm.
12 years old. Tama ba?
Yes. Tama,
Yun.
tama.
So parang na no choice ka doon kasi kapag kailangan mo talagang matuto kasi you
At
have
saka
to
hindi ako
feed
makalabas
yourself.
ng bahay. Hindi ako makalabas
Oo.
ng bahay. So, well, anong gagawin ko sa house? Di ba? Manood lang ng Voltes 5 pag
Oo.
Fridays. So, natuto ako mag-bake. And I remember yung una niyang tinuro sa akin, yung Betty Crocker na cake mix.
Mm.
Sabi niya, okay, lesson 1, Betty
Mm.
Crocker cake mix. Sabi niya, you have to follow the instructions on the box. I remember ako nun parang grade 5 or grade 6 ako nun.
Mm.
So, after I got my first taste of success, kasi nabuo ko yung cake doon ako naengganyo na, I'll try something else. I'll try something different. So, unti-unti, na-develop yung sarili ko. And, naalala mo nung panahon nun, wala pang internet, walang YouTube, walang anything. Gusto mong matuto ng baking, bibili ka ng libro sa bookstore or pupunta ka sa library, magre-research ka talagang by hand, everything was that hard. So, yung mga tao ngayon, they don't appreciate or realize how easy life is. Na isang click mo of a button, nandyan lahat yung mga hinahanap mong recipe. Noon wala, di ba?
Correct.
So, dumaan ako sa ganung proseso, and when you go through something like that, you're able to appreciate more yung skill mo, yung talent mo, kasi talagang pinaghirapan
Tama. So so Chef Mirna po is chef na po na dati pa nung 12 years old ka pa lang.
Yes. Sabi nga niya, parang, I don't want to be called a chef. Sabi ko, you know what? You are more of a chef than some chefs now who call themselves chefs. Kasi para matawag ang isang tao na chef, hindi pwede yung magaling ka lang magluto Being a chef is more than, hindi lang sa luto, magaling ka mag-handle ng people.
Opo.
Because chef is a word that means chief. You're able to cook, you're able to handle people, you're able to do the business side of things. So kailangan magaling ka ding negosyante, and my mom has had, so many businesses in the past, and sabi ko nga sa'yo, idol ko yan Magaling magluto, magaling sa buhay.
Opo.
Yung mga advice niya, talagang pag narinig mo siya mag-advise, kahit matanda ka na, makikinig ka kasi she makes a lot of sense.
Correct. Parang nakikita ko nga po yung mga posts niya sa Facebook parang sometimes it makes me realize kung oo nga no, galing naman, parang gano'n. Napapawaw. Mga words of wisdom.
My dad died in 2010. And then she's one of those women na hindi mapakali, na she's used to having somebody by her side. So after my dad died, sabi niya, I don't think I can go through life alone. And I said, you're not alone. We're here. No, your kids are here. Sabi niya, yeah, I know, but different din yung meron kang companion. So sabi niya, maybe I need someone. O sige, sabi ko, pero matanda ka na. At that time, my mom was already, I think, 64, 65. Sabi ko, alam nga namang magpupunta ka sa bar para mag-date. So, in-enroll ko siya sa online dating.
Oh, okay.
So, nag-online dating siya. Kinarir niya yan for like a year. She met 3 guys. Lahat bagsak sa standards niya. And ayaw niya ng Pinoy. Gusto niya foreigner. Sabi niya, well, sinimulan ko na sa dad mo na Spanish. So sabi niya,
Mhm.
I'm used to the foreign way of, doing things, their ugali and
Mhm.
everything. So after a while, she met this, yung husband niya ngayon.
Mhm.
They got married at 70 years old.
Mm.
And she's now living in the States, sa Washington. And they're happily building a life together. So yung message ko sa mga estudyante
Wow.
natin na medyo senior
Mhm.
na,
Mm.
if you're looking for a companion in life, huwag kayong mawala ng pag-asa because love
Mm.
comes at any age.
Yes. Tama. So, huwag kayong masyadong ano, mag-antay. Yung mag-antay sila, 'di ba? Na darating rin 'yan in God's
Uh,
time, 'di ba?
Alam mo,
Huwag kayong magmadali.
sabi ko sa'yo kanina, di ba, yung mga ganyan, yung hope, when we hope for things, okay lang yan. When you
Mm.
dream for things, okay lang yan. But, kailangan aaksyonan mo.
Mm.
You
Correct.
open yourself to love, but at the same time, you do something because
Mhm.
love will not just knock on your door and say, "Hi, I'm here." You have
Mhm.
to do something.
Mhm. Okay. Yes, that's correct. So may napulot na naman kayo diyan, ah. So
Life's lesson.
ang dami nating lives lessons kay Chef Joey Prats. So ano, parang ganyan yung ano talaga signature ni Chef Joey, eh. 'Pag umattend ka nung class niya, hindi lang yung recipes yung matututunan mo, pati life lessons kasama 'yan.
Well, I remember there was one student who made an issue out of that. Uh,
Oo.
Sabi niya na parang I was making kwento something that was not related to the class. And I
Mm.
said, when I make kwento things, it's to inspire people because
Yes.
the truth of
Mm.
the matter is you are here to learn how to bake, but you're also
Mm.
living your life. And
Opo. Mm.
they're interconnected. When you learn about life, you become better bakers.
Mhm.
Why not? Why not
Yes.
entertain that idea? When you learn good things about life and how to go about life, you become better at what you do.
Mhm. Right.
So I take my lessons from my life, I pass it
Mm.
on, and hope that you know somewhere along the line you learn something from it, you pick up something from it, and you
Mm.
you incorporate it into your own life, and something positive comes out of it.
Mm. Tama. That's also what I experienced 'no, nung umattend po ako nung live class ninyo, na ano, parang okey, parang, hindi lang yung pagbe-bake yung tinuro niya kundi I gained something out of it na tungkol sa life ko, na
Alam mo,
applicable sa
Grace,
life ko.
alam mo, I don't even
Oh,
remember what class you attend. I don't even remember having you in my
yun
class.
nga po chef, eh. Eto
Kasi di
chef,
ba ang dami ng class?
opo. Meron akong katunayan niyan chef. Papakita ko sa inyo, wait lang po,
May proof.
May proof ako niyan. Oh, ayan. Oh, 'di ba?
Ay, ang payat ko
Yan,
dyan. Ba't ako payat
oo.
dyan? Anong
Payat
nangyari dyan?
natin payat natin siya. So, yan yung proof ko, chef, na nag-enroll talaga ako sa'yo ng Artisan Ensaymada.
Oo nga. Yes, yes.
Yun. Hindi mo na ma-remember yan, syempre,
Hindi
tagal
ko
na
na
niya.
ma-remember. Sa dami ba naman ng klase? Yeah.
Oo. Yan. Paano yan? April 2017. Yan. So,
Oh, 3 years ago.
oo. Oo, yun, tagal na. So, yun, tapos nung pag-uwi ko nga, sabi ko siyempre dala-dala ko yung output natin, no, nung class na yun. So, pag-uwi ko, kunento ko dun kay Nico, sa husband ko, na kung ano yung, natutunan ko dun sa class mo. Sabi ko, galing ni Chef Joey, hindi lang yung, ensaymada yung natutunan ko, parang pwede rin nating i-apply to sa buhay natin, parang ganun. Yung mga life lessons mo.
Oh, di ba?
Yun.
Especially pagdating sa negosyo kasi, a
Mm.
lot of people, akala nila I came from uh, having a silver spoon in my mouth.
Mm.
Because walang gustong maniwala na I also experienced being, down.
Mm. Yun
The
nga,
truth
chef,
of the
kwento mo nga yun. Ano,
no, the,
hindi ka ba, born with a silver spoon?
the truth of the matter is I was born with a silver spoon. Nung bata
Mm.
kami, my dad's business in Baguio was booming. Nasa real estate siya
Mm.
So, nung lumalaki kami, he was selling houses left and right. na-witness ko yung millions and millions of pesos flowing
Mhm.
in non-stop. Um, lahat ng gusto namin, i-ask lang namin parang magic, nandiyan na.
Mhm.
So, naranasan ko yon. But the thing is, my dad also, one of those people na, well, may he rest in peace, no? Pero, hindi siya marunong mag-handle ng pera.
Mhm.
So, in the end, long story short, nawala lahat yon. And
Okay.
the lessons from that is when money comes our way, God sends the money to us, hindi para baliwalain, gastusin, sabi nga,
Mhm.
waldas yung pera. But we are just custodians of that money.
Mhm.
Given to us to guard so that we can use it, not just for us, but to help other people as well.
Right.
So, nung nawala lahat yon, nung nag-earthquake sa Baguio, at na-airlift kami papuntang Manila, and nawala lahat yon kasi lahat yung properties namin doon got damaged. No?
Mhm.
He was never one who believed in saving money kasi sa kanya, money was flowing left and right.
Mhm.
Why save? Ang point niya, why save when, parang gripo, nakabukas yan, may dumadaloy.
Oo.
So when everything was gone, then we faced that reality.
Mhm.
God was super good to me kasi ever since 1989, before I graduated from college, never ako nabakante sa trabaho.
Mhm.
Never. So ganun din. Sabi nga nila, be careful parents kasi yung sinasabi ninyo sa mga anak ninyo, I won't say natin kasi hindi naman ako parent, yung sinasabi ninyo sa mga anak ninyo, madalas hindi nila pakikinggan yan. Pero yung
Mhm.
ginagawa ninyo bilang magulang, that's something that they will emulate and follow.
Mhm.
Nakita namin na yung dad namin hindi marunong mag-save, never din kami nag-save. Because in my case, money was also flowing left and right. Never ako nabakante sa work. And then
Mhm.
came 2005. I had my heart attack. They removed me. They terminated my employment. Sunod-sunod yung nakwento ko sa kanina, yung kamalasan and everything na nangyari. Then I discovered and I experienced uh, financial, anong tawag mo doon? Financial death.
Mhm.
And there was a time, I think it was in 2009, when I had 50 pesos in my bank account.
Really? 50 pesos lang, chef?
And that was the time when I had so much anger, not just towards everybody around me, but anger
Mhm.
towards God as well.
Mhm.
And I told God when I was praying, sabi ko, you know what? I've been such a good person. I go to mass, I do your deeds, I read the Bible and everything, but still everything happened this way.
Mhm.
So I said, how come? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Kasi yun yung natural reaction
Mhm.
natin, di ba?
Opo.
I stopped going to church. Excuse me. I stopped praying, and my empty life became much more emptier. So my mom was on the side, and she kept on telling me, when you're ready, you go back to the church, you pray and everything. And the companies, I have three companies now, all this success, all the money that's flowing, the small empire na I have, which I'm trying to tell our students, you can have your empires too. Ito nang galing out of that one moment when I realized I had 50 pesos in my bank account and I had nothing else. And so, the lesson I want everybody to learn is, if you want something out of life, there is nothing anyone can do to stop you from achieving that.
Mhm.
Because I'm sure everybody now I am talking to has more than 50 pesos in your bank account. So if I could do it with 50 bucks, then what more kayo dyan listening, you have the power to be
Mhm.
anyone you want, to achieve anything you want in life. So yung empire na sinasabi ko, you can have your own empire. You can buy your house in Switzerland para magkakapit bahay tayo doon. You can do that. All you have to do is to want it so bad na every action that you do is directed towards that. Kung meron kayong anger sa buhay, so much frustration and all of that, I know some of you might be going through some things right now. You use that energy and channel it to something productive that will get you what you want in life.
Yes. Wow. So powerful naman ng mga words ni Chef Joey. Parang kinikilabutan ako.
Madali mag-preach.
Oo.
But when you
Yes.
preach out of experience, na masasabi mo, noon, dream ko lang yung, oh, what, I wonder how it would feel to own a Rolex. Nung nagtatrabaho pa ako kasi, like, how much is a Rolex now? A million something, di ba? And then suddenly now, I'm in a position where I can just, get one of those without any guilt. Simply because naikot yung buhay ko eh. And there's a key moment, you have to understand there's a key moment in our life. I don't know what some life coaches might call it something, but there's that key moment. Mine was the heart attack. Because that key moment is that thing that will plunge you down so deep that there's no for you, no other choice but to go up. When you're down at the bottom of the pit, there is nothing left for you to do but to go up.
Yes.
So welcome that moment. You welcome that terrible, terrible moment, because when that happens to you, you are forced to change your life, to turn it 180 degrees, and then just like sabi nga nila, you rise from the ashes like a phoenix and you soar up. You reach places you've never imagined you could reach.
Wow. So yun po yung naging turning point doon sa buhay ninyo.
Yun. Yes.
Diba? So, sobrang nakarelate din ako doon kasi ako, sa amin naman, in our case, ang turning point namin is nung nawalan ng job si Nico doon sa corporate world. Tapos nun, sabi niya, ayaw ko nang bumalik sa corporate world. So parang ako naman, ano nang gagawin natin sa buhay natin? Nung una, okay lang. Tapos nung una okay lang sa akin. And then, nakita ko nga na pababa yung savings namin and everything, ganyan. Tapos parang sabi ko, hindi pwede to. Dapat may gawin ako dito. So, that's the time na na-push kami talaga to build the Bailiwick Academy. Na parang there's no turning back na. Kailangan, we have to make it work. Sabi ko, na
yes,
dapat talaga i-push through to. Yun.
And nabanggit mo na there's no turning back. Marami sa ating mga students na nagsisimula ng business. And pero marami na magsisimula kayo sa business ninyo. I understand yung takot. Yung takot ninyo na mag-i-invest kayo pero hindi kayo kikita. You have to think this way. When you start something, a business, and you have resources like the Bailiwick Academy, and you have chefs who are willing to stand by you and to guide you and to mentor you kahit tapos na yung bilhin yung klase, what you have is an opportunity to actually turn your life again around, transform your life without takot. Because you know that number one, when you deal with food business, kikita kayo. All you have to do is to know how to market your products. Ang tao, mahilig kumain. Lalo na tayong mga Pinoy, mahilig tayong kumain. Marami sa atin walang pakialam sa waistline natin. Tayo, ang happiness natin is food. So, alam mo yung market mo, nandiyan. Ang dami-daming tao sa buong mundo. So, marami tayong customers. Now, develop products that are unique, that are priced correctly, and know how to market. Now that you have Facebook, Instagram, and other social media platforms, ang daling i-market na product, di ba?
Opo.
And you can sell online, nandiyan yung mga online, bank transfers, mga GCash, ang daling magbayad online. Dati maglalako ka pa ng paninda mo and then cash lang talaga. Now, the convenience is there. Huwag kayong matakot magnegosyo. But when you start a business, full force kayo.
Mm-mm.
Hindi pwedeng yung parang maraming hesitations, hindi. Kasi, alam nyo, ito yung sasabihin ko sa inyo, this is something that I am, again, from experience. Tayong lahat, bawat kilos, bawat action, bawat words na lumalabas sa mouth natin, may energy kasama yan. There's an energy. When, and the universe around you feels this energy, when it's positive that's coming out of you, when it's positive that you do actions, ibabalik ng universe yan in the same way,
Mm-mm.
times 10.
Right.
You have to realize that. Pag takot, takot din ang universe na magbigay sa'yo.
Mm-mm.
This is something that's very basic. It's
Mm-mm.
something that's intangible, hindi mo makita, pero it's something that you feel.
Yes.
So when you go into business, you have to give priority to the business. You have to really put everything, 100% of your being into
Mm-hmm.
that business. Believe in yourself. You all have the power to be something that you've never even dreamed you can be. Nandyan
Mm-hmm.
sa inyo yan. It's inside you. All you have to do is to claim it and do something about it. Kasi marami, I claim it, but they don't do anything. What happens? And then nandun lang
Mm-mm.
siya sa ano natin, sa wish list, di ba?
Opo. Tama po yan, Chef. Yan po yung law of attraction eh, di ba, Chef?
O, di ba,
Na,
may book pa niyan, yung The
oo.
Secret.
Yes, yung The Secret. Napanood ko rin
The
yan, Chef.
Secret.
As in yung sa The Secret na yan, nakatulong rin yan sa amin nung nagsisimula kami. Kasi parang dati, sabi nga nung anak ko, negativitron daw ako. Kasi puro ako, doubts, mga ganyan. Excuse me. Yan, puro doubts. Yan. Paano kung hindi nag-work? Paano kung ganito? Anong nang gagawin? Parang ganyan. Kasi ganun ako dati. Tapos nung simula nung napanood namin yun, yung The Secret, lahat kami nanood. Parang in-apply namin siya na positive lang dapat yung iniisip mo kasi nga kapag puro negative, makaka-attract ka ng mga negative things din. So, we applied it for a week na parang in our everyday conversation, everyday life, ganyan. Tapos nag-work siya talaga na parang everything fell into place na sumasang-ayon dun sa gusto namin. Parang ganun yung nangyayari. So parang ang galing, di ba? Yun. So, positive lang talaga tayo, guys. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo sa group natin at saka doon sa mga post ko, sa email ko, yung mga ganun, positive lang tayo. Walang hate doon. So, hindi natin entertainin yung mga hate dyan, mga negative na mga comments, mga ganyan. So, dapat lang tayo, positive lang lagi, 'di ba? So para lahat tayo masaya. Oo. Hindi naman yung to the point naka-plastikan na lang, 'di ba? Pero totoo 'yun yung sinasabi ni Chef na if you're lahat ng yung universe nga is sasang-ayon sa mga gusto mo na sa mga gusto mo mangyari sa buhay. Parang ganyan.
Kasi I don't believe na yung sasabihin ng iba, kasi ikaw meron kang resources na wala ako. Kasi ikaw natapos ka ng college, ako hindi. Ikaw ganyan.
Oo.
The most popular, the most famous people who have achieved the greatest things in life have not even finished high school.
Opo.
Pero meron kang determination. Alam mo, when you are determined to do something, by hook or by crook, gagawa mo ng paraan para ma-achieve mo yan eh. And the thing is, ang life natin, it's fleeting. Sabi nga nila, it's such a short life. So ayaw natin dumating yung point na uugod-ugod na tayo, na 80 na tayo, wala pa tayong na-accomplish.
So dapat talaga, meron tayong goal sa buhay natin. And,
meron tayong goal.
Oo. And everything that we do should be aligned doon sa goal natin. So parang one step at a time, unti-unti, marireach din natin yun hanggang ma-reach natin yung goal natin, di ba? So, lahat ng gagawin natin, ganon, hindi yung kung saan-saan tayo napupunta na makakita ka lang ng, uy, si ganito, ganito yung ginawa niya, yun na nga lang kaya yung business ko. So, you have to stick doon sa kung ano yung plan mo, kung ano yung goal mo, tapos nun, create ka ng path para sa'yo, di ba?
Yes. Kasi ikaw lang pwedeng gumawa nun.
Oo. Ikaw lang talaga.
Si Miss Marie Poliarco, tama ba? Marie Poliarco. Sabi niya, Chef Joey, while watching about savings, I am really learning na po dahil every time na may order, talagang nilalagay ko sa alkansya ko ng something, it's either one-fourth or one-half po na pinagbentahan ko. At set aside ko din agad yung para sa pambili ulit ng mga needs for my baking. So there you go.
Mm.
I'm so happy na you shared this because some savings is something that everybody should have.
Yes.
When pag may pumasok na pera sa atin, the first person na babayaran mo is not your creditors, it's not your salaries for your employees, it's
Mm.
yourself. Pay yourself first and then
Mm.
you pay other yung pinagkakautangan. That's the rule.
Opo. Para automatic na kasi yun yung nakakalimutan ng mga bakers ngayon na hindi nakakalimutan nila yung sweldo para sa sarili nila. So when they do the costing, syempre kailangan kasama dun yung bayad sa inyo. Kahit na kayo yung mismo yung gumawa, considered nyo pa rin na may bayad pa rin para sa inyo. 'Di ba?
Yes.
Kasi hindi nila ina-add yun Ina-add lang nila yung ingredients and everything. Dapat may labor. So kahit na wala pa kayong tao, dapat
Tama.
meron pa rin. Meron
Hindi,
kayong
kaya
bayad.
di ba yung rule natin na cost of ingredients plus packaging times 3. I always tell my students that pagdating sa klase, ang purpose nun is to be able to save money and to earn profit.
Mm.
Kasi marami sabihin, masyado ng mahal, hindi ako competitive sa ibang bakers. The point is, marami home bakers hindi marunong mag-costing.
Mm.
So ang nangyayari, napupull down nila yung mga taong marunong mag-costing kasi since hindi marunong mag-costing, mura nilang na ibebenta yung kanilang products.
Mm.
Pero in the long run, hindi sila mag-survive. Kasi when their business starts to grow and they start to pay more overhead, they have to hire people, they have to pay rent, then they will not survive. Ang matitira are those people who know how to cost their products. So why do you multiply by 3? Kunyari 100 pesos yung cost ng ingredients at saka yung packaging mo. Minumultiply mo ng 3. Tatlong 100 pesos. Parang selling price mo is 300 pesos. Ang logic niyan, yung unang 100 pesos, yan yung cost ng ingredients and packaging. Yung pangalawang 100 pesos, yun yung profit mo dapat. Yung pangatlong 100 pesos, yan yung overhead expenses mo. Diyan mo kinukuha ngayon yung pang salaries, pang kuryente, pang tubig, pang gas, pang everything else. But, wag mo isipin na nakasampung cake ka, for example, sa isang linggo, na tutubo ka na ng ganun kalaki. Kunyari, 300 at 3,000 yung isang cake mo. Bumenta ka ng 10 sa isang linggo, naka 30,000 ka. Sabi mo, wow, may 10,000 na ako na profit. Kasi sabi ni Chef, times 3, yung 1/3 daw doon. Yun yung profit ko. Mali yun. Ang una mong gagawin, ganito. Quick lang ito. But this is a guide for you guys. Ilista nyo na muna dyan, ano yung overhead ninyo every month. Magkano yung rent sa bahay. Kahit you own the bahay, you put a figure there. Rent. Magkano yung salary. Kahit for example, katulong nyo lang yung gumagawa ng salary ng cakes ninyo, maglagay ka dyan ng salary based on minimum wage. Wag nyo dadayain yung mga tao ninyo. Love your staff. Love your employees as you love your family. Because when you do that, nagkakaroon sila ng malasakit sa inyo. And they love you just like family as well. You put yung gas ninyo, you put yung kuryente, lahat yan. Kunyari, ang total ninyo ngayon sa overhead expenses nyo, for example, in a month, 150,000. For example lang, yun ang overhead expenses ninyo. 150,000. I-multiply ninyo yan by 3. 450,000 ang total niyan. That is how much you have to sell per month para magkaroon kayo ng profit na 150,000 din. Kasi pag hindi kayo nag-sell ng ganyang kalaki sa isang buwan, ang kakainin niya ngayon yung profit mo. Because you're spending the same overhead, di ba? And you're spending the same for your cost of ingredients and packaging. So these are the things na wala sa mga individual classes, pero ito yung mga
Mhm.
things na gusto kong malaman ninyo because these are the things that you need to know to be good businessmen and women.
Mhm.
And most importantly, wag natin pong dadayain ang ating taxes. You have to pay taxes
Yeah.
in our business. Ngayon, nakakalusot pa yung marami kasi nga online. Wala pang way of for the BIR to monitor individual ganyan, yung mga accounts.
Mhm.
So in the meantime, enjoy, but there will come a time when all of our actions will be monitored. So good luck to all of
Mhm.
us. And just work hard, everyone. Work hard. Love what you do. Love what you
Mhm.
do because without love in everything that you do, there's no joy. And when there's no
Mhm.
joy, life becomes dull.
Yun. So, meron pa tayong costing tips from Chef Joey, 'di ba? So, wala 'yun sa mga classes niya, pero dito, 'yan, shinare niya sa atin. Thank you so much for that, Chef. 'Yun. So, parang dapat talaga every month meron tayong plano, meron tayong goal na amount na ito dapat yung ma-reach kong amount para kumita ako ng ganitong
Correct.
amount, 'di ba? 'Yun. Tapos nun, and then you work hard. Kung ano yung gagawin mong, kung ano yung plan mo, kung paano ka magbenta, yun yung gagawin mo. According doon sa plano mo, sa goal mo. Diba?
Yes.
Yun. Yun. Tapos sabi nito ni, J. Mark, student rin natin to eh. Sabi niya, pinapaikot nga lang daw niya yung benta niya, tapos puhunan niya, tinatabi ko lang. Tapos nun, he also using that, yung iniipon niya, pambili ng mga classes natin.
Oh, kasi investment mo yung mga classes, di ba?
Opo. Yun.
Investment mo yan.
Yes, it's a great investment talaga. Kasi once na nagbenta ka, mababawi mo agad yung yung pinambayad mo doon sa class namin. Diba?
Naalala ko, Grace, nagbigay ka ng parang, organize ka ng parang webinar on online selling.
Opo.
Actually, hindi ko napanood yun eh. Hindi ko
Mm.
napanood. So, I don't know what was discussed. Pero, ang personal advice ko lang sa mga magre-register ng business, it's
Mm.
better if you register a corporation than a
Mm.
sole proprietor. Mas maganda. Why?
Opo.
Off the bat, I will tell you. Um, Pagdating sa corporation, mas maraming pwedeng tax exemptions, for example, na pwedeng i-apply. Pangalawa, kung meron, for example, isang unscrupulous customer na mag-decide to take advantage of you at mag-file ng complaint, ng case against you, let's say, gusto kang perahan, mag-file ng food poisoning case against you, ang ididemanda niya, hindi ikaw personally, kung hindi yung company or yung
Company.
corporation mo. Pangatlo, kung marami kang pinagkakautangan sa negosyo mo, suppliers, for example, na ipon, there will come a time na sabi mo, hindi na ako pwede, ayoko na, I give up, i-close ko na ang business. Kung sole proprietorship, liable ka magbayad sa lahat ng mga suppliers mo, creditors mo, pati yung personal assets mo, kukunin yan sa'yo. Pwedeng kunin sa'yo yan ng government. Pero kung corporation, kung ano lang yung assets ng company mo, doon lang limited yung pwedeng kunin ng government sa'yo. So for example, ang utang mo 1 million sa mga creditors mo. And then binenta mo lahat ng gamit ng company mo na you got 500,000 out of it. Hanggang doon lang ang liability mo. Sasabihin ng government, okay, you split that to your creditors, hanggang dyan lang. Pero kung sole proprietorship, pwede nilang kunin yung property mo and all of that. So that's something that you should think about also.
So maganda talaga pag corporation. Parang okay na yata ngayon yung law about single corporation, no? One-man corporation.
Oo, yung one-man corporation. Grace, isa sa mga estudyante ko, Lucky Manzano, says, hi chef, sino ang pinakagwapo mong student sa Binil? Abay, syempre, ikaw yun. Nag-iisipan ko pa ba yan?
Oo.
Si Luis. I
Oo.
remember si Luis or si Lucky Manzano, who's more popularly known as Lucky Manzano, si Luis, was my student back in Binild. And naging student din siya ng mom ko, si Chef Mirna.
Ah,
And I remember that time, he sobra siyang bait, sobra siyang
mm,
disiplinado. He knew what he wanted at that time. And fast forward to today, he grew up to be a very discerning young man who has achieved so much in life, was
mhm,
brought up the right way by his parents, and I'm very proud to have known him and to know him
mhm.
continuously now. So, Lucky,
Nice.
Luis,
Hi,
you're
Lucky.
listening. I am very, very proud of you. Lahat yung mga naabot mo sa buhay mo, it's because of hard work. It's because of the discipline that your parents have taught you, and because you also believe in yourself. You've always had faith in yourself. I know that because I witnessed you growing up, and I followed your career from the time you left Benilde up to now. So I know that you are such a good person and that you will be able to help a lot of people through this life of yours.
Wow, mayroon pala tayong celebrity dito, chef. Yan, thank you, Lucky, for tuning in to our podcast tonight. Yan.
Thank you rin,
Oo.
Luis, for saying, he orders my ensaymada. Sabi the best ensaymada in the world.
Oo
Salamat.
nga,
Thank you so much.
nakita ko nga po yung yung post ni Lucky kanina. Yun.
Mm.
Pero hindi alam rin nung iba, chef, 'di ba? Nakwento mo sa akin na I don't know kung nakwento mo, pero nakita ko somewhere na ano ka, muntik na sa dots, 'di ba? Tama ba?
No, si dati, si Kuya Germs, when I was with Negotiate, was convincing me, sabi niya,
Oo.
you join That's Entertainment. It's a new program, sabi niya ganyan. I can put you in
Mm.
the Wednesday group. Called it a Wednesday group. Sabi ko, Kuya Germs, ayoko po because I'm not a showbiz person. I don't like to dance and to sing because I don't know how to dance and to sing. Sabi
Mm.
niya, coach ka namin. Meron kami mga trainers dyan, they will teach you. Sabi ko, wag na po kasi at that time, actually, to be honest with you, not that I didn't want to do it. I was not yet openly gay at that time. No one knew. So I was scared that if I came
Mm.
out or I was outed, then that would, you know, be a disappointment to a lot of people, specifically by my family. But then,
Mhm.
things turn out the way it did. And there
Mhm.
came a point in my life when I said, enough is enough. I cannot be the person I was meant to be or I am meant to be
Mhm.
if I continue to hide, behind this curtain.
Mhm.
So I called for a family meeting. I told them, look, everybody, I remember that time, look, this is who I am. Accept me or not. If you can't accept me, then maybe you should not be part of my life. Period.
Mm. How old were you then, chef, nung sinabi mo
Oh,
sa family mo?
I was old. I was 30.
Wow, talaga? Grabe. Tapos hindi nila alam?
Well, ang
Or
ganda na reaction
oh,
eh. Maganda yung
oh,
reaction. They said, we've always known.
ah,
We've
okay.
always known. I said, okay, I wasted all my 20s. And my mom was very supportive, most especially my mom. But everybody that I knew, walang na-disappoint.
Mm.
Because
So,
wala naman akong magagawa, di ba? If this is the way I am. So you have to
mm.
accept me or just, don't be in my life, period. That's all there is to it.
Oo. So, grabe, ang tagal mo palang nag-antay, chef, ah.
Oh yes, kaya kung meron yung pelikulang The 30-Year-Old Virgin,
Oo.
I think pwede ako mag-apply for that role.
Grabe, ano ba? So, ano, pero hindi naman yon waste of your life naman talaga.
Oh
Pero,
no,
oo.
bawat experience na dumating sa buhay ko, I consider it as a very uh, it's a lesson that God sends
Mm.
me. Kahit yung 10-year relationship ko, and a lot of people would say, sayang naman. And I would tell them, no, it's not sayang. It's sayang if I stayed on.
Mm-mm.
Remember this, God sends people into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Mm.
Maaaring yung pinadala niya sa tao sa iyo ngayon, yung boyfriend mo, yung girlfriend mo, may not be your lifetime, but he or she was sent to you for a reason. You have to
Mm.
know what the reason is. You have to learn from that because if not, you will not go up to the next level. God will again send you somebody so that you will learn. Paulit-ulit yung cycle. You have to
Mm.
learn.
Yes, and everything naman ng nangyari sa atin sa past, it made us what we are today, 'di ba?
That's true. That's true.
Mm. So
So
it made us
yung
stronger sa
makes you,
ano kung ano, wiser.
yes. Marami nagsabi, ba't kaya hindi pa dumarating sa buhay ko? Because God is still
Mm.
doing something to your life to prepare you for that. You're
Mm.
not yet ready.
Mm. Pero kapag ano dumating naman na yung time na yon, ano, you have to be ready talaga to accept it kasi when it rains it pours, 'di ba?
Kasi kung hindi, then
Oh,
the opportunity might not come again. Opportunity only
mm.
knocks once yan eh. Swerte
Yes.
ka kung twice.
Mm. Yun. So, Chef, last na lang to. Kasi I don't want to waste your time naman. No?
So I'm
Mamaya pa
enjoying
umaga,
myself,
matulog
Grace.
ka na.
I'm having a
Yun.
wonderful time.
Yun. Ano na lang po, Chef, what advice can you give to aspiring bakers? Aside sa mga nasabi mo na kanina, ang dami na nun. Pero ano na lang yung final advice mo para sa mga viewers natin?
Don't settle for pwede na.
Yun.
Always aim for perfection. Sabi nila na there's no such thing as perfect.
Mm-mm.
If you subscribe to that idea, then you always have an excuse not to be perfect. You'd always say, "Ay, wala namang perfect eh, okay na yan." It always goes back to okay na yan eh.
Mm-mm.
So, perfection can be achieved. Of course, you have something perfect now because they think that when it's perfect na 10 years from now, it's going to be the same. Hindi. It's perfect now. But then again, after some time, it may not be so perfect after all. So you improve on it. But develop something, aim for something that's perfect, if not close to perfect now, so that you can achieve what you want to achieve. Yun yung advice ko actually. Because marami dyan na, okay na po yan kasi, I don't have access to this and that. But you do have access, especially now
Mm-mm.
that you have online classes.
Yes. Marami po sa mga students natin, Chef, na yun nga, natatakot na baka hindi nila magawa yung mga classes natin. Pero lahat naman binibigay na sa inyo. So you just have to do something about it. Na you have to look harder, 'di ba? Sa
And I'm just a PM away. I'm just a PM away. So
yes. So, kung nag-fail man sa umpisa, then that's not the reason na para mag-give up, 'di ba? Kasi nandito naman kami lahat to support you guys. Hindi namin kayo pababayaan. 'Yun.
oh yeah,
Mm.
always.
Yan. Share ko lang tong comment ni Maria kasi maganda. Yan. Sabi niya, there is
All
no
right.
turning back. This is what I told myself when I accepted my first order. Then I enrolled to some classes and will enroll to some more soon. And it really helped me gain confidence in what I do now. And it helped my daughter gain more confidence that we can do everything as long as we do it with all our best. Thank you, Chef Joey and Ma'am Grace, for putting up TBA. Thank you to all the chefs and generous members of BHM2. Yan. Yun. So, nakakatuwa yung
Yeah.
mga students natin na we were able to help our students na ma-achieve yung mga dreams rin nila sa buhay. So, unti-unti yan, ma-achieve natin.
Si
Thank you so
Maria,
much.
nagme-message sa akin yan, si Maria.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Hi, Maria. I'm glad that you're with us tonight. Well, tonight, my time. I hope everything is well wherever you are and that, more baking for all of us. Warm
Mhm.
regards to your family.
Ito, Chef, may question pa to si Elizabeth. Yan. Health tips
Nako,
po din po para sa mga bakers, please.
I am the most unqualified to give health tips because I am very unhealthy. Unhealthy pagdating sa tulog, I sleep in the morning 6 a.m. because I watch, all night. I watch Netflix all night while I
Mm.
answer private messages with my voice clips. I eat junk food all the time. I have a big pack of Cheetos for breakfast with ice cream. Uh, I don't watch my salt, my fat, and my sugar. I consume 2 liters of soft drinks a day. So, mahirap magbigay ng health tips kung hindi from experience. Pero common ano na lang siguro, common knowledge na let's watch what we eat. Let's do a little exercise kahit nasa bahay tayo, and let's get enough sleep. Huwag niyong gagayahin ako kasi I'm such a bad example. Uh, and always have your checkup regularly. Well, ang hirap lumabas ngayon, so I don't recommend going out now kasi baka kung makakuha pa kayo ng germs sa mga hospital when you have your checkup. I haven't gone out of my house since March 12th. I haven't gone out the front door of my house since March 12th. So, yeah, mahirap itong lockdown na to sa ating lahat, no? But the one thing is pa, I'm sure God has a reason for this happening.
Mm. Yun. So you have to take good care of yourself then, Chef. Kasi, alam naman namin lahat na sobrang workaholic ka. So you want everything to be perfect. Kaya, yun. So, medyo hinay-hinay lang rin doon sa pag-work mo dyan. We understand naman na sometimes you have to rest din, no? So, that's why we're patiently waiting rin naman sa mga classes mo sa amin. So, Chef, ano mo naman sila? Invite mo sila kung how could they reach you? Best way to reach you kasi may maraming nagtatanong sa akin yan. Tapos, ano pa yung mga upcoming classes mo sa amin?
Okay, so well before that, acknowledge ko lang nanonood din yung aking niece, yung aking pamangkin si Aniel or si Mikey Prats.
Ay.
Na itong young lady na to, wala ring alam yan sa baking before pero nagsimula siya, nahiya pa siya mag-ask sa akin dati ng mga recipes. She started cake in cans and all of that. Ngayon, sobrang lakas ng negosyo niya. And it's because she knows how to market. So hi Mikey, I'm glad you're watching. Going back to the invitation, Bailiwickers, marami pong darating classes very soon, hopefully by next week or end of this week mai-submit ko na yung mga kulang cooking is grace at mai-launch na natin yung pasta masterclass. Na-shoot na namin, natapos na yung filming ng Bake Shop Specialties where the Black Forest Cake, the banana caramel pudding, and the mango magnifico are included. Lalabas na din yan. And then we have the pizza masterclass, na film na din yun, tapos na. We are filming next week yung 3 bagong heirloom recipe classes natin. Yung pinaka-aantay ninyo na ube jam or ube halaya, na Rolls Royce of ube halaya.
Dami nag-aabang yan, Chef.
Kami nag-aabang, my gosh.
Simula pa lang nung nirelease natin yung Artisan Ensamada, ang dami nang nagre-request niyan.
Kasi ayoko nga ituro kasi nga it's such an heirloom recipe.
Oo nga
So
po.
it's such a fantastic, I mean maraming recipe dyan for ube halaya. I'm sure naman, they can find one on the internet. Pero I've been getting so much request for the kind of ube halaya that we do here. Yun yung nilalagay namin sa ensaymada na binibenta namin, yung luxury sweets. And then we also have the soft pretzels a la Auntie Anne's. Okay, meron tayo niyan. And then yung pangatlo yung ating yung Japanese style cheese tarts. No? Actually nagkamali ako, sabi ko Hong Kong style cheese tarts, pero based on my research, it's Japanese. It's Hokkaido cheese tarts.
So, yan, isa na namang aabangan yan.
Abangan nyo yan. So we have 6 classes coming up.
Okay. Ang dami nun, Chef, tapos lahat po nun na-shoot na or hindi pa, yung iba pa lang, no?
Yung
pasta.
na-shoot na. Yung
Mm.
tatlo na shoot na. Yung next week, we're shooting the other three. So, bago ko i-shoot yun, ilalabas ko muna yung pasta kasi baka magalit na yung iba dyan na ilang buwan na nag-aantay.
Oo nga, chef. Mga, alam mo naman tong mga students natin ang kokolet.
Ayan na, oh.
Follow
Nasa
up
na,
ng
chef?
follow up.
Nasa na yung
Oo,
Mango Magnifico? O,
yun.
darating na yan. Nasa tabi-tabi.
Oo. Parang nung Father's Day pa lang yata, inaabangan na nila yun. Diba? Ayun. Wait lang tayo, guys. Yan. Darating din yan.
Be
Wait
patient.
natin.
Patience is a virtue.
Oo, please be patient with us. Yan. So para dun sa mga hindi pa po nakakaalam ng The Bailiwick Academy on how to enroll, kasi kanina may nakita ako, may nagtanong no how to enroll. So you just have to go to www.thebailewickacademy.com. Signing up is free. You just have to pay for the class that you want. Kapag meron kayong gustong class doon, that's the only time that you will pay. Yan. Pero yung pag-sign up, free naman yan.
By the way,
Yeah.
Grace,
Yes
nakikita
po.
ba tayo sa ibang groups?
Opo, nakikita po.
Hindi, kasi na-remember ko, si Chef Bam, message me, sabi niya, she will talk to you so that this can be seen also sa Bake Happy.
Opo. Nasabi rin po niya sa akin yun, Chef. Sabi niya, i-share na lang daw po niya sa...
So we are being shared. Okay, so in that
Hindi ko lang
case,
po alam kung na-share ngayon kasi hindi ko na-monitor.
but just in case na nasi-share tayo, i-extend ko na din yung invitation sa Bake Happy. Halos lahat naman yata tayo, member din tayo doon.
Opo.
So for the BHMers, if you are listening, then I would like to invite you to the Bailiwick Academy. This is one website na hindi kayo magsisisi na nag-join kayo dahil lahat ng mga chefs dito ay very helpful. They aim for perfection pagdating sa recipes, and I can vouch for each and every one of them because our BHM founder, si Miss Bam, is also here. She has her classes here, especially her salted caramel cake na gold standard pagdating sa caramel cakes. No, I would like to invite you. The registration is free sa Bailiwick Academy. Once you have registered, you can start buying online classes. Itong mga online classes na ito, hindi ito YouTube style. These are classes para kayo nag-attend ng actual classes, pero yung binabayaran ninyo, kasama yung kasama yung para kayong may consultant na chef na pwede ninyong magtanungan 24/7. So, what are you waiting for? Di ba, Miss Grace?
Opo. Yan, enroll na kayo, guys. So, the fastest way to pay is via PayPal. So, kahit nasa ibang bansa kayo, basta meron kayong PayPal, credit card, debit card, pwede yun. We also accept remittances. So, message nyo lang ako if you're interested to enroll in any of our classes. So, kahit na anytime to, walang schedule. So, what's good about our classes is you can take it at your own pace. Yun. Kasi yung alam mo naman namin na meron tayong time difference, tapos yung iba nagwo-work pa. So ito, mga classes namin, you can take it anytime that you're free. Tapos pwede nyo pang i-pause, pwedeng balik-balikan kapag may nakalimutan kayo. Yun. So yun yung mga classes namin. Si Chef Joey has 19 online classes na with us. Ang dami na. So, and more to come. Ang dami, dami pang susunod dyan. So, thank you so much, Chef Joey, for your time.
My pleasure.
Sobrang dami naming napulot sa inyo na tips for tonight. And hopefully, itong mga students natin, mga viewers natin ngayon is marami ring napulot na tips sa inyo. Thank you for joining sa webinar namin today, sa podcast namin.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Grace, also.
Yeah. Thank you so much po. And again, this is Grace Parazo from the Bailiwick Academy, and we have here Chef Joey Prats saying good night to all of you. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye, guys.